This is Codecademy, Introduction to JavaScript. Currently, I am working on the first lesson, and I am on part 3 of that, comments. Comments. Programming is often highly collaborative. In addition, our own code can quickly become difficult to understand when we return to it, sometimes only an hour later, sometimes 10 minutes later. Honestly. For these reasons, it's often useful to leave notes in our code for other developers or ourselves. As we write JavaScript, we can write comments in our code that the computer will ignore as our program runs. These comments exist just for human readers. Yes, very much true. Especially for projects where I will be working on it and life gets busy and I come back 3 weeks later and I'm wondering where I left off. It's an excellent idea to be liberally using comments, especially as you're leaving a project that you've been working on for a few hours to remind yourself where you're at. And then, of course, if you're working collaboratively, the computer just skips over them. It's like they're a blank line, honestly, except they're not. They're code for humans. Well, they're information for humans. As we write JavaScript, we can write comments in our code that the computer will ignore as our program runs. These comments exist just for humans. Yep. Comments, as I've said, comments can explain what the code is doing, leave instructions for developers using the code, or add any other useful annotations. These two types of code there are two types of code comments in JavaScript. It's going to be // yep, and then the one with the star. A single line comment will comment out a single line and is denoted with 2 forward slashes. These are my slashes, apparently, preceding it. So this only thing the computer is going to do is execute this console.log and print out to the console. This only is for me. I can read that. Someone else who's looking at the program can read it. Maybe they're confused about how to log or how to print something in JavaScript, so this will explain it for the human reader. You can also use a single line comment after a line of code. Yep, right here. So the computer will read and execute this, and then this part's just for the human. The computer ignores that. A multi-line comment with comment out multiple lines will comment out multiple lines and is denoted with a slash, star, slash, asterisk, whatever, to begin the comment. The star slash to end and a star slash to end the comment. This is all comment. And so the computer, this looks like code, but I mean, this is code, but the computer's not going to read this. Multi-line comments are often handy if you want to comment out a function, which we'll be learning what that is, but you want to leave it in the code. Maybe you're testing for bugs and you want to see how it runs without a particular chunk of code, but don't want to delete it. That's often how multi-line comments are used, to kind of hide that code from the computer. You can also use this syntax to comment something out of the middle of code. Oh yeah, this as well. So if you want to ignore or you want to put something within the actual line of code, the computer does not read this, but would read the rest of it up until here. Instructions. Let's practice adding some code comments. To the right, we've provided you with the beginning of the book Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. Highly recommend. On line 1, write a single line comment that says opening line, okay? And so the single one was a // and then we are going to type opening line. Ooh, yikes. We're gonna undo that. Messing up the basics. Let's try this again. Get my fingers positioned correctly. All right, opening line and run, I guess. The computer's just gonna ignore this and it should print out the rest. Yep, excellent. We're on to part 2. Single line comments are great for adding context to your code. Multi-line comments are often best suited to prevent a block of code from running. This is what I was talking about earlier. However, both types of comments can be used for either purpose. Use a multi-line comment so that the console.log statements on lines 4 through 9 are commented out. I'll often use this when debugging again, when I am looking for a bug. Maybe I'm wondering if it is in this particular section of my code. I don't need to write console. And so what I will do is I will comment out that section and see if my program runs without a bug, and then I know the bug's well within that part of the code. Let's hit run, and it should only print, yep, this first one, because this is now just all commented out. Excellent. We're ready to rock. Let's keep going.